Hello and welcome to AaronOnAutos.com. Today we have a shaky cam interior review, this time in a 2015 BMW X4. This vehicle's brand new for this year. It's a station wagon style crossover. It's got a nicely tuned, of course it's BMW, very nicely tuned turbocharged V6. This car is exceedingly quick and has all the capabilities of a crossover. I know it's not an equivalent vehicle, but in terms of capability and off-road prowess, I would put this on par probably with like a Subaru Outback. It has about the same amount of ground clearance and the same amount of everything, you know, all-wheel drive and all that stuff. It's very good at it. The inside is signature BMW, very much like any other BMW crossover we've been in. So let's get started really quick. We'll go over the usual. Here's the windows and mirrors here. One of the speakers out of many. There are a couple of things that we'll note in this car that are different from the norm, but for the most part we got the usual lighting and fog lights and dimmers and so on. Then on the steering wheel you have over here cruise, and over here we have our telematics and infotainment controls. This has paddle shifting. This is the turn signals and lighting over here, and the washer wipers over here. It should be noted there is no rear window wiper. Also, the rear window is at an odd angle, so you end up with a very small portal for your rear view. But this car is equipped with a backup camera standard. So, getting over here, instrument cluster. You have fuel, of course, speedometer there, and tachometer there, and this is a real-time miles per gallon gauge. It's, you know, pretty good. I don't agree with its totals, but like I said, it's a real time, so you know it's not going to give you exact numbers, except in real time. It doesn't give you numbers over time. Over here we have the engine heat, and down here you have a small display that contains a handful of information. You can see what it is. Pretty good stuff. I have put about not quite 300 miles on this car this week, so this is you know, it's done pretty well. I've that's how much it started out with a I can find my finger. Started out with a full tank, so you can kind of guesstimate mileage if you want. It's roughly on par with what the EPA says it should be. Now you're going to notice something very different. This is an integrated screen, not one of those kind of add-on afterthoughts that BMW often does. It is a little small though. Sitting from, here's the driver's perspective. So this is right up against my face, driver's perspective. You can see it's very small. It's tough to see what's going on back there. The screen really should be larger. Other than that though, it's decent resolution, puts out good output, shows me some good information. That's also the infotainment and so forth. You control that. I'll show you through the usual pilot knob that BMW uses. Vents, of course. Here's your climate controls. You can control a lot of climate up there, but you can do almost everything you need to do down here. No need for that screen. That's a good thing, because BMW's navigation up there, their GUI leaves a little to be desired sometimes. Down here we have stereo controls. That's the usual. Then you have this non-slip surface, which is good for a phone. You have drink holders here, and then it has a non-slip surface on top of it. Kind of a nice little addition there, so you have kind of just a good spot for putting things. The usual BMW shifter takes a minute to get used to. You push this for park, you hold this button and move it to drive, reverse, whatever. Here you have your modes. For some reason this isn't focusing very well. Here we go. Here you have your modes. Sport mode, then you have an electronic parking brake. Here's your hill creep and your park assist stuff. So you can turn that off. There's no more park assist, blah, blah, right? Auto high. And this controller, so it's the usual command knob. You have your quick buttons here and here, and then you go back and forth like that, and you twist it and push up and down to select things. So it's pretty good. Once you get used to it, it's pretty okay. It takes a little bit. And then we have a big console here that is smaller than it looks because there is a shaft running through for the all-wheel drive, and then the usual telephone hookup and all that. Very nicely done interior. I want you to look at this leather and the stitching. Just look at how this looks. It's just beautiful. These sport bolsters on the driver's side are air assisted, so you can shrink them and enlarge them as much as you like, which really adds to the comfort level of these seating, because the seating inherently is not that comfortable, I'll be honest. But once you do a lot of adjustment, you figure out where you want your lumbar and your bolsters and everything, including your this has the adjustable thighs. Once you do all of that, this becomes an extremely comfortable car. The usual black interior, soft touch stuff here, brushed aluminum. Just a nice kind of a contrast with the cream. This is pretty classic coloring, and they did a very good job with it. The red stitching, though, just kind of pops, brings it right out. It's really nice. Back seat is a really good size. We had car seats back there. You can still see the indents from them. We had car seats back there. I sat back there with the driver's seat adjusted to me, and I didn't have much knee room, but if the driver or the back passenger are one or the other is under 6 feet, then everybody's good if the other one's over 6 feet. And then cargo back there. There is a huge amount of cargo space in this in the back. It also has really cool little adjustable tie downs that you can slide back and forth like a truck bed would have. Very cool, and exceedingly useful. We made a warehouse club run and loaded up the back of this car, and I used those to tie down the heavy stuff so it wouldn't slide forward and smash the lighter stuff. Very cool, nicely done. All right, back to this. I finally figured it out. So when we're in sport mode, now you can see what's going on. Everything's sport oriented. You can go to Sport Plus, I believe. There we go. And it adds a little bit more, changes the traction control a bit, changes also the shift pattern, of course. Then when you go, we're back to sport and then comfort mode. This is what I've been in most of the week. Comfort mode softens a lot of stuff, just makes it drive a little bit more, well, comfortably. It kind of glides around corners instead of powering around them. It's just more comfortable on the highway. Then you have eco mode, and this maximizes your fuel economy. It does a pretty good job of it. I honestly, though, did not notice a whole lot of difference in terms of what it was doing in driving with eco mode versus comfort mode. The biggest, most obvious difference that I felt was the throttle response. It seemed to be dampening throttle just a little bit, which probably where most of its gains come from. I believe it also dampens the amount of air conditioning you're getting. I'm not sure on that. I'll have to look it up. But very well done. I really like what BMW did with this car. I think there are a few things that need some changing. It needs a bigger screen over there. Also, some of the things you might expect in a car at this price point are not there. You'll notice there's no adaptive cruise control. You'll notice there is park assist. You probably saw that here. So there is park assist, but there is not. There is no. There's no around view or side cameras or anything like that. And just the handling kind of feels a little bit top heavy, but not bad. I think they did a very good job, as good as they could, given the height and size of this crossover here. So it's very well done. A good first shot from BMW. I expect that when we see this car next year, it will have improved on a lot of those little points. Just kind of roughen the straight edges, whatever. Soften those straight edges. You know what I'm saying. So. that's about it. That's the interior of the 2015 BMW X4, which is brand new for this year. This has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and we'll talk to you again soon.